Whether you're an entrepreneur who dreams of pitching to Mark Cuban or you just enjoy watching deals go down, Shark Tank has taught us some powerful lessons about business, pitching, and what investors and customers really care about. Stay tuned to hear the 5 lessons we learned from Shark Tank. Hey, lady bosses, are you working even after putting the kids to bed but still not getting results?
Are you tired of spending money on ads that aren't getting engagement?
Do you feel burdened that you aren't fulfilling your purpose in life because you are so consumed with work?
I'm your host, Brooke Boltz. I'm an attorney and founder of Boltz Legal. I started my business and in 1 year was bringing in 7 figures and am now bringing in multi-7 figures.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel Boltz, owner of Boltz Media. I've helped many businesses build their online presence and increase their revenue through digital marketing.
Want to hear how we did it?
We are here to help you achieve your goals personally, professionally, and spiritually.
So kick off your high heels, sit back, and let's ignite that passion.
We're Ms Biz, where we're putting the Miss in biz.
Let's get biz done. If you've ever invented a product or had an idea for a product, you probably thought about going on Shark Tank. I know even when I don't have any product ideas, if I watch Shark Tank, I wish I did, because it's so inspiring how these entrepreneurs and inventors can have doors open for them through the help of the sharks and through the exposure of the show that they wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to achieve.
Whenever I watch Shark Tank, I'm always thinking, man, I should have thought of that. Or, oh man, I had a similar idea 10 years ago. Where would I be if I would have followed through with it?
Yeah. So we're fans of Shark Tank, obviously, but we figured we should take a look at what we can learn from Shark Tank, because obviously the sharks are incredibly successful business people. And there's a lot of lessons that we can learn that could be applied to our own businesses. So lesson 1 is your story matters. One of the biggest takeaways from Shark Tank is that a great pitch isn't just about the numbers. It's about storytelling.
And it's like that with business. Like any type of business, people want to hear your story. I know we have a couple different episodes where we talk about telling your story, because that's what creates that emotional connection and really gets people's attention.
Some of the most memorable pitches aren't just entrepreneurs rattling off stats. They're telling a compelling story. So one of the examples from Shark Tank is Scrub Daddy, this smiley-faced sponge.
I love those things.
Isn't it crazy, though, to just think about how much we love those? I have a Scrub Mommy.
Do you?
They have pink ones now.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. But it's automatically the first thing that I am attracted to when I see the whole wall of sponges available. There's just no question I'm going to get the cute smiley-faced one. But it's kind of a weird thing if you're pitching this to a bunch of billionaires. Mm-hmm. I want to put smiley faces on a sponge. Like, it's kind of weird. But what made it stand out was the story behind it. And it wasn't just a sponge, it was an experience. And the founder demonstrated how it changed textures based on water temperature, and that visual made all the difference.
So the main takeaway is, if you can make investors or customers feel something, then they're going to remember you. Your product or your service needs that why. So ask yourself, what's the story behind my business? And how does my product or service change someone's life, even in a small way? When people connect with your story, then they're going to connect with your brand.
This is a little off topic, but now that my mind is thinking about Scrub Daddy, I just wanted to also say how this applies in the business gifting world, because when you look at the popularity of Scrub Daddy, and all it is a sponge with a smiley face, and you think about how attracted people are to that. And when I think about business gifting, something that is cute like that, something that brings a smile to someone's face. One of the things we talk about is the positive potato. It's just a great, unique gift that is memorable. So Scrub Daddy is kind of a good example of how you can take something that is mundane, make it cute, and now people love it.
Yeah, it's also a useful item as well.
Yes.
I mean, I use those things on everything. Yeah. They're amazing.
Yes. So lesson number 2 from Shark Tank is to know your numbers like your life depends on it. Here's where a lot of entrepreneurs crash and burn on Shark Tank. A pitch starts out strong. They've got a strong story, but the sharks seem interested, and then boom, one of them asks, what's your customer acquisition costs, or what are your profit margins? And suddenly the entrepreneur is scrambling. So if you don't know your numbers, investors will not trust you.
They always want to know what's your revenue over the last year, your profit margins, your cost to acquire a new customer, the lifetime value of a customer, and manufacturing costs. Think about it. If somebody is investing money into what you do, they want to know every single expense and how profitable the company will be.
Exactly. But even if you're not pitching to an investor, the fact that these are the numbers that the investor wants to know means that these are the numbers that you need to know.
Yes.
As the owner, because you are the ultimate investor.
Yeah.
So this makes you a stronger business owner. And when you know your data, you can make better decisions and avoid costly mistakes.
Yeah. So some of your action steps are going to be go over your key business numbers this week. Could you confidently answer if someone asked you about your cost, your margins, or customer acquisition expenses? And if not, now's the time to start tracking.
Absolutely. Knowing your numbers is critical, and it's not something that you just do one time. It's something that you should be monitoring
regularly.
Yeah, really every month, because, you know, I can give an example of a number last month that came in. We had 16 clients who had been referred who had not yet signed our contract. And that number to me sent red flags everywhere. And I'm like, what is happening? That is way more than it should be. Usually we have a couple of people that are pending contract signed, but we're pretty good about getting those contract signed quickly. So if there's 16 people, something is going wrong. And come to find out, our contracts were getting sent to people's junk box. We started using a different electronic signature provider, and it was going to people's junk box, and so they weren't seeing it come in. So we were able to fix that quickly and get those contracts signed, problem solved. But if I hadn't been monitoring those numbers on a monthly basis, who knows how many contracts would not get signed or get delayed in signed, and maybe ended up losing that business altogether because people just lost confidence when they thought that we hadn't sent it.
Or even lost referral partners because of that. Because if they're sending you multiple cases and none of them are signing with you, then that might trigger a red flag to them as well, which would have really impacted the firm's bottom line.
100%.
You know we're all about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case.
At Bolts Legal, we are all about your case. Text or call to schedule a free consultation for all your legal needs. boltslegal.com. So lesson 3 from Shark Tank is a deal isn't always the best outcome. We all want to close that deal, but we also, because we're faith-based believers, know that sometimes the deal isn't what is meant for us. It's not what is the best for us, even when we think it is. So a lot of entrepreneurs walk onto Shark Tank thinking that if they don't get that deal, then they're a failure. But in reality, some of the most successful businesses walked away without an offer, and they still exploded in growth.
Take Ring, for example, the multi-million-dollar smart doorbell company, right? Everybody has one.
I have one. Everybody has a Ring doorbell.
The founder got rejected on Shark Tank, no deal, but the exposure from the show got him the attention of other investors, including Amazon, who later acquired the company for over $1 billion. And you see this a lot, not even on just Shark Tank, and I know we're talking about Shark Tank specifically here, but you see that even on America's Got Talent, where people who lost or weren't selected for that record deal end up getting a record deal just because of all the attention that they received.
Yeah. So a no today does not mean a no forever. Sometimes not taking a deal is actually the smartest move. We've seen plenty of entrepreneurs give away huge chunks of equity just to regret it later. So when you're contemplating whether a deal is in your best interest, here's a couple of questions to ask yourself. Would you rather have an investor's money or their connections? And 2, are you giving up too much control of your business too soon? A bad deal can hurt you more than no deal at all.
That's an excellent perspective. And I think it goes back to what you mentioned at the very beginning about just having that faith and knowing that God is in control. And if it's not meant to be, then God will guide you to where you're intended to go next.
Do you have any memories that you can think back to where a deal fell through and you were disappointed, but it turned out to be the best thing?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There were some clients that I didn't receive, and it ended up turning out that they either never paid that company that they did hire, or they were just really, really horrible to work with. There was also another time where I was employed at the state. I was a teacher at the time, and I applied for a job, and I had the degrees. I think at that point I had 10 or 12 years of experience. I actually did that job. I covered for the person whenever she would go on vacation or was on medical leave. And somebody else applied who had not been with the company that long. All she had was a high school diploma. And she ended up getting the job. And she got the job because she was friends with the person who was doing the hiring. They would have lunch and stuff together. So at first, I was really, really upset by it. I didn't think it was fair. I really needed that position. But what ended up happening is the girl who got it, she ended up quitting because her direct boss treated her so poorly. She didn't want to work there anymore. It was causing her so much stress. And another position opened up, teaching the BBE program, which I applied for, which was, in my opinion, a much better job, higher pay. I got to work directly with the students, which is what I loved. And had I taken that other position, I might not have had the opportunity to apply for that one. So it's all about trusting the Lord and what He has for you.
Yeah, I mean, I have examples that are very similar as you're talking. All these memories are coming to mind. One, and I've talked about before I started my own business, I worked for a major large law firm, And I worked my way up for 9 years there, and my goal was to become a managing partner. I was a partner, but not a managing partner. It was really a title that I very much wanted to have. And when the time came that I thought that I was ready to take on that title, it wasn't offered to me. And I was really upset and felt betrayed, and just felt like I didn't have any more room to grow within that business. And that occurring was what opened my mind for the first time to being willing to leave that company. Up until that point, I never even really had a thought that I would leave that company. I thought I'd probably spend my entire career there and retire there. But when that opportunity was shut down, it for the first time allowed me to look at other possibilities, which then led to me ultimately starting my own business, which is where I believe I was destined to be anyways. But if those things had not happened, I never would have left that company. It was too big of a risk to be the sole income out of a family of 4 at that time, to just go out and start a business on a whim. Like, I never would have done that. So that no deal that was kind of door shut in my face was what really opened my mind to the possibility of doing other things.
That's a great story.
Many of our listeners know that I own Bolts Media, and we are a full-service digital marketing company. But not everyone may know that they can contact me. So I wanted to let everyone know today that if you have any questions, you need any advice, or you would like to book services, I would love to assist. You can reach me at boltsmedia.com, fill out the contact form on my page, and I will reach out to you personally and schedule a free consultation to help guide you on your journey.
And lesson number 4 is confidence sells, but so does coachability. So let's talk about the fine lines between confidence and arrogance. It's very, very fine line sometimes. On Shark Tank, you need to sell your business with passion and with certainty, but you also need to be coachable. Some entrepreneurs, they come in thinking that they know everything, and when a shark gives them feedback, they push it back hard. And guess what? There's no deal.
Yeah, well, these are the things that we're assessing all the time when we're talking to people, is not just what the financial opportunity brings, but is this a partner, a business person that we're on the same page with, that we can work with cordially and get along and agree on the important things. And if you can tell right away someone's not going to be seeing eye to eye with you, then no deal. You got to, get out quick. So, there are other people who come onto Shark Tank who get that same harsh feedback, but they take it seriously and they show that they're willing to learn. And that's what the investors love. And that's what customers love too, is when they see someone who is learning and growing all the time. That's the kind of person that they want to work with.
I think in general, that's how most people are. Like, most people don't want to be around others who think that they know it all or can't take any sort of constructive criticism or feedback. That's something that can repel a lot of people, not even just in business, but in relationships.
So the difference, sorry.
It's okay.
The difference is confidence says, I believe in my business. Coachability says, but I'm still willing to grow and improve.
Yeah, so you have to find that balance, and then you'll have more success in any pitch, whether to an investor, a client, or even your own team.
So the fifth lesson that we've learned from Shark Tank is the simpler, the better.
Is this like the KISS method?
Keep it simple.
Yes.
It's funny because when you say keep it simple, stupid, I think of my 5-year-old. He always goes, "That's a bad word, Mommy." You never realize how often you say stupid until your child is like hearing it, like every word. You're like, "Oh shoot, I'm sorry."
Mm-hmm. It's bad. Actually, it's a good parenting sign when your child corrects you.
Yeah, well,
you're doing a good job.
Yeah. So, ever notice how the best pitches on Shark Tank are not overly complicated? They get straight to the point. So, the makeup of a successful pitch on Shark Tank is: what's the product? What problem does it solve? And why is it better than what's already out there?
So when I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about also like just our presentations in general. And in BNI, when I'm working with either new members or maybe some members that need some help, I always tell them, like, don't go into the science of it. Like, nobody cares about the coils and how they interact with that part of the AC unit. Like, all they want to know is keywords to listen for and how they can help you. And it's kind of like the same thing with this. They want to know the problem, the solution, and how it can truly add value.
Right. Your customers aren't going to be employees, so they don't need to know how to make the widget. They just need to understand what it's going to do for them. So if you can't explain your business in a couple sentences, then your pitch is too complicated. So your challenge is to try to describe your business in one simple sentence. And if you can't do it, refine your messaging. Because if people don't understand what you do quickly, they won't buy. And we know that attention spans now are shorter than they've ever been. And so you have to be able to get the critical information in there quickly so that people can know if they want to have a deeper conversation or not.
Absolutely. And you want to make sure that you're memorable as well when you're doing it. So kind of just to recap, what you can apply from Shark Tank is your story matters. A great pitch makes people feel something. Know your numbers. Investors and smart business owners always do. 3 is a deal isn't always the goal. Exposure and credibility can be just as valuable. Confidence is key, but so is coachability. Be passionate, but open to learning. And keep it simple. If you can't explain it quickly, your customers won't get it.
So, if you haven't already, and if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the Ms Biz podcast so you never miss an episode. We have some incredible guests and topics coming up that will help you level up your business like never before.
We appreciate you and are honored to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to help you, to encourage you, and show you how to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
If you found Ms Biz helpful, please leave a review and share with others.
You can follow us on social media at Ms Biz Podcast.
For legal questions or services, please visit boltslegal.com.
And for digital marketing needs, please visit boltsmedia.com. Let's get biz done.